I am the founder of Nature's Choice Fertilizer, and the problem that we're trying to solve is how to grow food in harsh conditions and the right way to grow food so that way it complements the body. And this all started because my son at a young age had seizures, and I didn't know that a lot of fertilizer put on food was either chicken or cow based, and that's what he's allergic to. So we use ocean particles, and what we've noticed is what you're going to see. So the solution is that better fertilizer improves the plant quality, which allows it to grow in different conditions, including globally. Right here is a traditional setup. This is what was designed, and this is what we're about to propose to just as a homeless solution. What it is, it's a stabilized box, and it has inside of it customized piping for hydro. If you notice, all the vegetables are live and vibrant, even the chives. They normally sit down, but they stand up. The fertilizer complements that. Another thing that you'll notice here is right down here, we're growing them as well. And this is an example of how it is to grow it in a bucket. Just a little bit of water, but the fertilizer keeps it nice and moist, and the live herbs will keep growing. You can tell because the stems and the rim is really strong, solid. This is an example that was something recently planted. Here's an example of some lettuce that we've also eaten off of. It's just letting it grow back. I've also noticed that even considering the concept of farming and even generating funds is really important, and it's hard to do that without expecting the harvest. So here is a good example of a plant. This is the black cobra pepper. If you've noticed in the inside, they've already started their sprout. At the stage of the plant, it has about 7 of them on it, which means when particularly is ready to harvest, what we normally do is try to sell it, and that's how I try to do about making our family more money. I think it's important too to do that. Here's an example of the green onions with tomatoes. Here's an example of the sweet pepper series, which I really admire. Some of these sit in a bucket. We just have to change the bucket, or you can make a different reservoir system, as you see where it hides it, which is probably the next step. Here's an example of a jalapeno. Has about 30 of them on there on this little small tree. So each stage that the plant harvests, it's pretty much ready to give more and more fruits or vegetables. That's what's really important too, is expect what you're going to look for. And here's the last one, is an example of a bell pepper. Because we eat onions so often, I wanted to make sure I showed you guys a little bit of what the onions looks like. And that's the last part of it, which will show you how someone can even use a sustainable concept to grow onions. Here's some right here. Also inside of there, they're recently cut. Here's how they start growing in a bunch. And also here's some other plants. I have close to about 50 plants myself. And I noticed that the most important part to growing anything, including this kind of concept, is just to be able to have stable fertilizer. So I'd like to solve the problem and give people more quality fertilizer, really produce it, and that way we can have better farms. And with your help, I think we can do that. Thank you for reviewing the video.